In my definition now, we need to set aside at least 6 months of emergency fund. What does that really mean? Thank you for watching this video. Wealth does not equal income. And you probably heard this from the super rich people that it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you save. And there are so many different ways in saving money. What make Real Estate SuperMoms channel different? Well, I will share with you the steps that I took to help us save money very fast and put away $100,000 in saving a year, raise a family, supporting parents, and build wealth. So if you are ready, follow along with me on this journey, subscribe, and share your success story on how this channel helps you. To get the most out of this video, you need to know your current financial status. For example, let's just say this year your goal is to lose some weight. So what's the first thing you do? You're gonna step on the scale and then find out how much you weigh first, right? And then decide how much you like to lose. So here is the same thing. What is your current financial status? And if you don't know the answer to this, it's okay, because I have prepared a financial sheet for you in the description below. Go ahead and click on that link, download it, and then refer back to my previous video on how to better manage your financials so you can have a pretty good idea of it. Then come back here and we can continue the video together. According to Market Watch, many people still have no saving or very little. Nearly 1 in 5 Americans didn't save any money, and 18% of respondents admittedly contributed $0 to their saving last year. Another 48% contributed fewer than $5,000. Bank-Raised Emergency Savings Survey revealed that a quarter of Americans have no emergency fund at all, and just 1 in 6 households report having more saving now than prior to the pandemic. Another interesting read by Business Insider. Here's how the average saving balance breaks down by age group. Under 35, $11,250. 35 to 44, $27,910. 45 to 54, $48,200. 55 to 64, $57,670. 65 to 74, $60,410. 75 or older, $54,320. In my definition now, we need to set aside at least 6 months of emergency fund. What does that really mean? For example, if we lost our job tomorrow, well, we don't have a job, but let's just say if something happened to, like something really bad happened to our company and we make no money for 6 months, but we're still able to maintain our current lifestyle, then that's a good thing. We do have 6 months of savings set aside. So you can decide whatever that will look like for you and your family. Assuming that you already know your current financial status and now you just need to figure out how to save your money fast, I'm going to refer back to the financial sheet that I mentioned earlier to take a look at our expense. You can go ahead and pull it up as well if you already have it downloaded, or pull up your own apps, or however that you do to track your expense and just follow along. The cool thing about the sheet that I like is that you can customize it to however you see it fit. I use it every month to make sure if we are on the right track. And I play around with it too. It's just like a calorie intake tracker. There's always things that coming up that you didn't plan for. So for example, this month I got into an accident and it put me out for a few weeks. And it cost, money for doctor treatments and things. And we didn't plan for it, but we were able to go into it, make some adjustment rather quickly, and we didn't even have to touch our saving. Let's go back to the time when we were broke, so I can show you how we save money and get ourselves out of the situation that year. So on the left side, you can see all of our earnings that year. And then on the right side, you can see all of our expenses. So we need to carve out some money because we are like 8,000 something below, and we trying to reach our saving goal of 30,000. And you see the word security next to 30,000. It's really important that you know the reason why you're even doing all this and what it really means for your family when you reach that goal. So for us, it was security. Like if something would have happened to either one of us, we have some saving that will last us for a few months. And that's why we set up that goal. So what we end up doing here is we just really eliminated everything on the right hand side but the essential. So here, let me show you what happened. So this is $1,500, $300, and about $50 there. So here we go, and you can see how it took that almost $2,000 from those expenses, and now we about in the negative of $6,200 or so. So even we did all of that, getting rid of hanging out with friends and so on, and getting my hair cut at the salon, we still were under the water. So then it was like, okay, what else, right? My husband just look around and then see what else, he looked at things that we own and figured out what we can capitalize on. So he ended up selling some of his equipment on eBay and brought in a good chunk of $1,500. And then I then took on the second job that will bring me about $700 a month. So we're doing pretty good there. And then was like, okay, what else? So we then decided to clean up some of our essential. One of the lucky thing that happened for us when we got married is we get to move in and live together. So instead of paying 2 mortgages or 2 rent, we're now down to 1. And I believe on most of us, when we look at our expenses, the thing that costs us the most every month is our mortgages or our rent. So in this case, we save another $800. So now it brought us down to only a negative of $3,100. So you can see how that really helped. So you want to play around with this and kind of see, how can you make this work for your family? And you don't have to give up like everything on the right side as much as me and my husband did. You can just moderately or making some some adjustment here and there that ways you can get it done and be happy with the result at the same time. It's easy said and hard to do, because when we decided that, okay, so let's clean off our essential living, we brought our grocery from $850 to $500 a month. How do we did that? So we plan what we eat for the whole week, and then we do grocery and we don't deviate from that, and I cook everything on Sunday. So even my husband, when he go out of town for weeks at a time to work, he didn't even eat out. He just make his own food in the hotel. So if you think he deserves a high five, hit that like button right there. Poor man, but he did it, right? Oh, one quick tip is don't go to the grocery when you are hungry, because it's so much harder to fight that temptation. Then don't put yourself in that position in the first place. So yeah, I would say take a look at your current expense and see what it's like for you. What are you willing to give up to reach your saving goal? And remember your why. Why are you even doing this? And what does it really mean for your family? Can you move into a duplex and turn that monthly rent cost into a money making for you by renting out the other unit next to it? What about renting out one of the rooms in your house as an Airbnb or VRBO, however that platform that you're comfortable with, for some extra cash? This may sound like easy and all, but when you face that temptation day in and day out, you constantly being challenged. I remember how much I love being around my friends, and my friends, they like to experience like different fine dining. So saying no to good food was not that hard, but saying no to friends is a different story. At some point you feel like, oh my gosh, now you feel like you're being alienated, or like you're on an island because you're no longer cool. So you may be facing that for you. It could be drinking, it could be shopping, travel, and vacationing. What kept me going at that time was really our financial sheet, or actually it was like a notebook. It's not a Google sheet like today, and our commitment for each other. So if you are out there and you're being challenged, before you decided to buy anything or go off track, pull it out and take a hard look at it and ask yourself, is it worth it to forego your commitment to your family goal? Really, it's not just saving that you're gonna get out of this. Like, our marriage grew a lot stronger because of it. We took sacrifices together and we can count on each other. So give me another high five in the comment below if you agree with me. On the next video, I'm going to share with you how I quadruple my earning in 1 year. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all listeners of Real Estate Supermoms out there. Thank you for sharing. And remember to hit that like, subscribe, and share your story on how this channel helps you. See you on the next video.